This Dexter. I got a lot more diamonds too. I just got new diamonds, by the way. Oh, whoa. Dexter. Baby girl, what you doing with your man? I just popped up saying 50,000 in Japan. You know what I'm saying? I ain't do no plan, baby. You did. Dexter. Oh, wait. Baby girl, what you doing with your man? I just popped up saying 50,000 in Japan. I ain't do no plan.
Okay, so welcome back. It's the show with your host, as always, Chance, and with us today is our special guest co-host. His name is Hop, and do you want him to say your real name? Is that a thing? Hop's real enough. Okay.
Yeah.
Hop and I, again, I'm Chance, the show,
Chance show. Hop.
Things and stuff. We're at the Night Inn. Not going to say which room. Thanks to my guardian angels and, Mr. Pink, thanks. And, my lawyer. Here's the update. After all the BS, all the administrative blah, 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 it says, Chance, appellant. She said appellant. And I was like,
What the fuck?
the respondent is City of Eugene, comma, Eugene Public Works Department, comma, Eugene Parks and Open Space Division, specific. It says a lot. There's a good amount of pages here. Here's the thing. It also says information about my constitutional rights were broken. Constitutional amendment rights were, what is it called? There's a word for it, right? See how my brain is? It's just awful. They were violated. There we go.
Yeah, like
Violated. What's it called? Psychological reasons. I don't know. So being violated, I didn't like that part, and I didn't agree with them giving me a 90-day parks ban, arresting me, sitting me in a car, arrested with cuffs on for 2 hours. Can you imagine the cuffs on? I mean, come on. 2 hours, and then they gave me a $250 fine and a citation, which criminalized the fact that my tent is bigger than 12 by 12 feet. Wow, right? So anyways, appealed it. That's what this is. It's not a court document. This is, even though it says the Municipal Court of the City of Eugene, it's a appeal, and it's an administrative appeal. And what does that mean? It means that we aren't in court. So the court stuff's, it's slightly different rules apply, kind of like college football versus NFL. So that part. And then she stayed it. She stayed the judgment, which means she said literally no. So I was like, you rotten person, who I assume identifies as a female, though questionable. Well, maybe, non-pronouned. It'll be the judge, it. Okay, from this point on, if I can recall that as we sit. So Judge It and Ben, the lovely city attorney, who's just full of shit. So Ben, full of shit, the director of POS, and his underlings, who are so far underlings, continue to hand out these completely city-state fed illegal citations and give out authority when by law city statutes included, they are 10 years old statutes too, are not allowed to tell anybody how to do, when to do, where to do, or what not to do, or to leave any park or hand out bans at all ever. Even if they feel like calling the cops, they're not supposed to be able to do that because they're parks and open spaces people. They're not the authorities. That's the police's job, right? But who's gonna, keep these tenters and campers in line? The fucking homeless bastards. They're so rule-breakingly, out of line. Here's the thing. No, I can't imagine a group of people who really follow more better rules than unhoused people who have been given an opportunity to not move anywhere for a good couple of months. But we have evidence of them breaking my amendment rights. I have an ADA request letter. Please don't move me. It sucks physically and mentally. I can't deal with it. I need some more time and or more help. from somebody, maybe the city. I'll find it if you all don't help me. Then I have a doctor's note that says, Chance is crazy and physically has bullshit, so please give her some more time or don't move her. And what she prescribed is for me not to be moved. Remember all the fires and stuff like that, and the fact that I had that awning on the front of the tent enabled me to work outside on my bikes in the daytime, which wasn't the case before I put that awning up. This is the first ticket, and it says, for the reason of being kicked out, it says, oh, please move tent stakes closer to tent. They had placed the tent stakes and helped me move my tent within them themselves. The same people who wrote this actually helped me move it there, 10 feet from where it had been. All belongings must be within 12 by 12 and move the tent stakes closer to the tent with please, please. This was the 13th Street kick out. And then we have the exhibit of their own. This is the federal, no, this is the Eugene website, camping during COVID criteria, right? We had that up for a couple of reasons. Then here's my ticket. It says, violation of park rules. Well, sir, do you think that a temporary statute for temporary camping in parks recommendation rule list is the same as, a offense that is a park rule that I violating a public health criteria for temporary camping in parks thing, fake shit that they made up out of their asshole that they're not allowed to do by law. They have no authority to. And is this the same thing, violating of park rules, $200 fine? Does that jive? Is that equating for you?
Not at all.
I'm not very smart, but I am intelligent, which means I can read these things and I understand them.
Yes.
And also I can find where the laws are for Eugene City. Apparently no one else can. And to the shittiness of, boy, they look dumb up there on the stand. And Hubbard lied every second. But anyways, the park band stayed. The judge said, I'm sure it's not the judge. She didn't say anything. I bet someone else told her, this is what you need to say. That's why she had to do an opinion, because she had to wait till they said what to do. So she couldn't say guilty or not guilty, because that wasn't the case. She said, I'm going to agree with this parks ban, and you are guilty of violating park rules. You keep your ban. Or she could have said, wow, this is a bunch of hoopla, bullshits, and law breaking from every level of government. So we're going to say, no, the parks ban is turned off and rip it up and whatever. I don't know, because she didn't do that. So I was like, aw, wah, wah, but no, it's wah, 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 wah. Losers, right? No, actually, my lawyer was like, this is a good thing, because now they look like epic pieces of shit that still don't follow their own rules and shit. Because again, I don't know if I said this in the last update, but they don't follow their own policies and statutes. So Eugene City Parks ban appeal. I'm the only person ever in Eugene to finish that process, proving that you could, but only if you have two lawyers that are like amazing, because the one is from Florida and is, oh my God, smart and fast and cool. And then the other one's cool and smart and fast and quiet, and the graduating top of her class from University of Oregon. And I'm going to say not many women have done that, just guessing. We could look it up if you want. I don't know. I mean, I could sit here and not talk to you and look it up. But anyways, we did the brief. It says, this is my ADA. The following is a brief in support of Ms. McCartney's appeal of the notice of restriction of use that the Eugene police officer, Officer Hubbard, hey Hubbard, who lied at every point, issued to Ms. McCartney on August 5th, 2021, a full 5 hours, I think, before they were supposed to, meaning I could have done what I wanted to do, but anyways, that doesn't matter. It says, The restriction of use bans Ms. McCartney from, quote, entering in or using all of City Eugene Park's open spaces or facilities. So I can't go to the bathroom in a park anymore. I can't camp in any park. I can't go to any park. And unfortunately, I don't think that includes Alton Baker, but I bet you they'd try to bust me if I went there. Hubbard said you can go on the bike path, but you can only stop for 15, 20 minutes max, pending bike, repairs, whatever. So I go to the park still, and if it's daylight, they find Joe, and they go, Joe, she's here. And Joe runs, and then he's on his phone, and he's looking at me, but he's, oh, I don't see you there. Yeah, she's still here, But each time the cops have already gone by me slowly, so I know they recognize me probably, right? I don't know, ego. I don't know how I fit through doorways, right? I'm always impressed, like, wow, I fit through that doorway, did you see? Maybe I won't get out. I don't know. So it says, since December 2nd of 2020, the city of Eugene has displaced and forced Miss McCartney to relocate 7. Now it's 8 and 9 times. 9 times. Then see, now I have this beautiful motel room. Because of that, 9 times displaced since December 2nd of last year. And the 5th and 6th time, I was told I'd be able to stay in my new location on 13th at the 13th Street camp for the COVID camping. And despite being in compliance the whole time, and every time they said, blah, 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 I would do the thing. No problem. Didn't say a word, except when they wanted me to move 10 feet over that. Lit me up pretty hard. I was pretty upset that day. But then they took all my stuff out and let everybody look at it to help me. Well, you know how that is. Anxiety, I don't know, I have it about that. So then experienced repeated and targeted harassment from one parks employee in particular. Gosh, I wonder who that is. Joe. And Joe W. of the POS said, no, I have received eviction threats. I had my personal property unlawfully seized, and they do that daily to people.
Me?
Yeah, they did to Hop here. And destroyed by city officials, meaning when I went to go pick it up like they said I was going to be able to, they didn't have it. And they said, we don't know what you're talking about. We have this one, 2 places where the stuff is stored. Yeah, and they have all this weird criteria. If it's wet, it's trash. If it smells even a little bit, it's trash. If it has any chemicals at all whatsoever, including, I don't know, sugar, it's trash. And if it's food, they throw it away. And if it's art supplies, well, those have chemicals in them, so they're gone. And if they're crafting art supplies, well, those look like trash, so they're trash. Yeah. And all that shit's gone,
They put all of that inside of my tent, which made all of it trash.
Oh, yeah, and probably smelled great after a couple days.
Yeah.
I received a criminal citation, $200 fine, and banned from entering and using all City of Eugene Park's open space and facility, causing all of, grave, life-threatening harm to my physical health and safety because I'm a female. Now, you shouldn't live in the community camp, you stupid bitch. Go live on the tracks by yourself, unarmed.
Yeah.
No, I have knives within reach, at least 2 at all times, even now.
Probably 4.
Yeah, maybe. It's whatever. Threatening my safety. Come at me, Joe. Come on, get my dirty underwear. I don't wear any underwear anymore, so I don't have any.
No, that's a norm.
Just kidding. I do wear underwear occasionally. Fashion.
Yeah.
The trauma and stress, including sleep deprivation, created through the unlawful enforcement of the park's rules and threat and fear of enforcement. Legit, you got to stay up and stay outside of your home and or with the door open so you can see if they're coming to take your shit. Because they don't even tag you sometimes. I'm going to put up the video of Chad and Tyler getting moved, in which case they were not tagged at all. There was no prior warning. And they did that to a couple of friends of ours. One has COPD pretty bad, and they threw away his tents, all his warm weather, his cold weather stuff, his cold weather gear, and all of his meds. And he had to go that night to ER to re-up his meds. Isn't that horrible? He could have died, for instance. And I know he was in pain during the time in between them throwing his shit away, him discovering all of his belongings are gone for no reason at all. They just, his people around him were like, they just walked up, grabbed your shit, and then walked over to the dumpster and put it in. It was crazy. And then right then the trash man came. Oh, how convenient. So the fear of enforcement has contributed to and greatly exacerbated my chronic health conditions, physical and mental. Those last two words I added, but it has conditions. Anyways, then, the 8th time that I was moved, it was Joe, and if you watch my videos, you see the Joe shows up videos. The Joe shows up show. I think that's the second episode's two parts to it. Because I didn't have pants on for the first part and then got pants on. But it says that I was warned 2 times prior for camping and trespassing, and that's why I got an 18-month University of Oregon trespassing. And he said 3 times very, very, very clearly and eloquently, that includes the coastal properties. So, yeah, literally, most of Eugene is owned by the University of Oregon. I'm banned from the state police level for 18 months. Can I tell you that last week I went into the art department dumpsters? I found a brand new pack, just opened and nothing else, not even a piece taken out of it, of white charcoal art stuff. Yeah, it was awesome. I was like, oh my God, if I don't find anything else, this is cool. And then right away found a Ziploc bag. Levels, Ziploc bags, white charcoal. I don't know what to say.
Love karma.
Yeah, I didn't even know white charcoal was a thing. Did you?
Yeah.
It works great on brick and concrete, not so much on painted walls, enamel, latex, acrylic, doesn't matter what the wall has on it. It doesn't do that good on paper, actually. It doesn't, I don't know about black paper, but I assume that it's not going to...
charcoal pencils work great on it.
Yeah, but they're looser, not as tight of a pack, I'm going to guess. So it's weird.
I only got one, so because they throw all the rest of them away.
I mean, I've had them before, but I like the really super loose charcoal sticks that have to have paper on them.
Yeah.
To hold the very fine powder that's barely squeezed together, and then like it kind of crumbles as you put your finger down to push it around, and then you use it for shading and stuff sometimes. Yeah, right. I ride on chain link fence with that shit. Okay, that's just good stuff. Anyways, I don't ride on anything. What am I talking about? Oh, they got that girl painting the walls and stuff. So yeah, I think I'm banned for, I have to look at the calendar, but it's another 17 days or something. That's how long it took for the appeals to all process or whatever. So yeah, from me getting a ticket and ban to the appeals process ending took over 60 days. Wow. Go bureaucracy for the win. But yeah, that was interesting. No. Was anyone surprised by it? I gotta say, I was not even a little bit entertained. I found myself losing focus in the administrative appeal because everybody was lying until my girl Candy got on the witness stand and was like, yes, I swear to tell the truth. And she was like, we've never been taught anything about city laws or camping requirements or anything except for, Joe would hand us a citation already filled out and he'd say, go hand it to that tent. Seriously. And then what else? Oh, the leatherworking. I still have to get the info from her. I will eventually. I mean, go Candy. She works leather now full time, and in part due to she didn't want to do that job anymore, and me getting harassed in between those two things caused her to decide to put in her resignation for Eugene City Parks and Open Spaces ambassador position that she had been in. She said, so one time we're in a staff meeting, right? She's telling me and my lawyer about this story. And this other girl says, sometimes the campers ask, where do I go after, because they're kicking out people. After I get kicked out, where do I go? And that the city woman, Molly something, I think, works for the city, right? She's a city worker. In a staff meeting with all the ambassadors of the parks harassment ambassadors, she goes, tell them nowhere they can go to another state. I'm sorry, is this not the United States of America? Can I not be freely fucked off in homelessness if I feel like it, A? And B, live where the fuck I want to. Who the fuck is she to say anything about anybody living anywhere that they didn't say they want to go to, I guess? She can go to, well, you know where in a handbasket. Because there's nowhere for her to go. I'm going to find a picture of her on Facebook. I have so much I want to tell everybody, but I'll tell you individually as it comes up, organic, I guess, because most of you don't even watch these. Maybe one day you will. I don't know. They'll probably still be up. Or I'll be forced to take them down. I don't know why that would be. I think about that sometimes. I'm like, is there a legal precedence, or could they force? I guess they could technically, but they've also tried to get me to move out of Eugene for the last forever since I moved here. I don't know. I'm loud or opinionated or don't have a dick or something. I don't know. They don't like me. They want me gone. The cops turn in the other direction often. You think that they would come at me? You talk to the Yakima City Police and the Yakima County Sheriffs weekly, and they never arrested me, not once. And I got to tell you, they're some of the best law enforcement that I'm probably the best law enforcement I've ever had the pleasure of not being arrested by, nearly, but not. There was one guy that was tired of getting yelled at by this business owner from kids getting on the tracks. I say kids, referring to us. Kids of a type, I guess, and literally called 30-year-olds children. So, yeah, I guess it checks out. It's whatever. So that's all. This is a 20-minute long one. I'm going to have to cut it down maybe. And sharpen this knife. I'd rather do that than many other things. Oh, yeah, we have to go buy tobacco.
Oh, yes.
Well, I'm not going to leave you here alone. God, the air conditioner has been on forever. Okay. Anyways, thanks for watching. That's the show with your host as always, Chance, and I suppose we can do a little bit of an outro.
Baby girl, what you doing? Where your man? I just popped a Zan, 50,000 in Japan. I ain't doing no plan.
These red bottoms ain't no van.
She's telling all her friends.